Hi, I'm Rachel behind the camera, and this is Leia under the sheets in this pose I should not allow her to do. And this is my commuter bag, because apparently I feel like I'm in Mean Girls and Steve Donahue is Regina George, so now I'm feeling like last week Steve showed off his commuter bag on BookTube, so now this week I'm showing off my commuter bag on BookTube. We'll see how this goes. So, well, first things first, I think I'm going to be off screen like Vanna White with my hands just to keep the focus here. When I first chose this bag a few years ago, I chose this yellow color because I live in a very urban area and I don't have a car, so I do a whole lot of walking. And sometimes returning home from work, especially in the winter, it's really dark out, and often I'm on pedestrian heavy areas, but sometimes I'm not. So I kind of chose the yellow to be like my flashing light for cars. It worked a lot better a couple of years ago before the color faded. Maybe now I should get a flashing light for my head or something. Anyway, I guess I'll show you what's around the bag first. Maybe I'll start with this flap, which gets twisted up so often. It's annoying. Like I have this thing that, you know, keeps my shoulder relatively unsore from the weight of the bag, but the strap inside gets twisted up a lot, so I should be, you know, flattening it out, but I rarely do. Then I guess I'll start right in the back here, and I have this flap in the back, and I have my umbrella in it because again, I walk all the time, so I figure it's just easier to constantly carry a small umbrella in case it rains. And there's also a little zipper compartment right over here too, so I'll open that up. And inside, I keep protein bars. They're good for a working lunch. And then on the other side of the bag, I have my phone case, you know, shaped like a cell phone as you do in today's day and age, so I just keep it right in there. And finally, there's a little zipper compartment right in the front flap. And I have my keys. I just keep my keys in there to slip it in and out easily on the go. The other thing in my little front flap is my wallet. You might see it's faded Harry Potter insignias on it. 9 3/4. And it has most of the, you know, plastic cards that you need to get around in life. Here's the Smart Trip that you use to get on and off the DC Metro. And I thought I'd show the two that are the most of interest to booktubers, I would assume. This is the DC Public Library card with Dr. King on it. And this is my home county library card. I live right outside of DC, so I'm very fortunate that I am allowed for free to be a member to both my county library and the DC one. Double the books, double the fun. And now I will open up the bag. Whoosh. And I guess I'll start with these little zipper compartments in here. This one is mostly decorative. Okay, and I have 2 pins in here. This one I got from San Diego Comic-Con. It was from ABC Studios. They had, you know, a little fun house at the convention, and you go and do a few things in it, and then they give you this pin afterwards. This one is from a show that was canceled a couple of years ago. I was hoping they'd give me the Once Upon a Time pin, but alas. And this one is also from San Diego Comic-Con when Carrie Fisher's latest and last memoir, The Princess Diarist, was being promoted because it was about to be officially published. You might be able to see on the bottom it says, "May the book be with you." Then there's a little zipper compartment right behind the other one. And here I have hand sanitizer from Bath & Body Works. It's a Sweet Pea. It's a really sweet smelling hand sanitizer, but I admit that part of the reason that I bought it is because my mother calls my niece Sweet Pea. So I am the definition of the spinster aunt who was obsessed with her niece. And this is a fuel rod. It's a external battery that I can plug my phone into if I need a charge on the go. This is an iPod mini shuffle that I won from a work event, and I don't think I've ever used. Rather silly of me, but I still keep it in my bag. This is my graduate school ID, which once again I keep in my bag, although I never go to graduate school. Although, if I wanted to, I could get on the shuttle that goes from near my home to the campus for free if I just flash this badge, so you never know. And finally, Steve, you should appreciate this one. This was the hotel key from the last Comic-Con that I went to, and I got to keep it afterwards. So apparently I used my commuter bag as a sort of memorial to geek culture. And then, probably the least interesting of all is this side flap, and I keep my sunglasses in it. Again, easy little flap, convenient to put in sunglasses when you're walking around outside all the time. Finally, we get to the main inside compartment, which is still divided in two. So in the smaller compartment, I keep a lot of utilitarian stuff, I guess. I have some tissues, a napkin. I have this bag, which mostly has a spoon, I think, and some Zicam and, like, cough medicine stuff in case I get sick at work or something. You know, you never know when a cough might come on. And these are little Propel packets to make grape kind of smelling water. I should probably keep this elsewhere. I really love it. The organizer, the founder of my writing group made these cards about our writing group. Like on this side it's the look of an old book, and then on this side it has information about our group. It's actually a large umbrella group, the Capitol Hill Writers Group, and then there are several smaller workshops within it. And I belong to one of them. I also have a Barnes & Noble gift card that I have no idea how much money is left on this, but I guess I'll find out sooner or later when I feel compelled to buy a book. And finally, I have some fiber bars that taste like coffee cakes. I love them. And they have good fiber in them. So here we are inside the final biggest compartment. I bring soup for lunch. I often come back with half a bottle of water after lunch and bring that home. I have this pretty change purse that I got from the National Harbor a couple of years ago, although I think it's also gotten a little grungier with age, but I do love the design. And this is my de facto planner. You know, it's just one of your normal lined booklets, but inside I have notes that I use for work and chores and that sort of thing. And this is my little cat pouch where I can put in some smaller items. Here's my work ID. There's some pens and a pencil. I don't think the pens actually work, so I should do something about this. Here is my old iPhone. I actually switched to an Android recently, mixed feelings about that, but I still use my iPhone mostly for its podcasting capabilities and also to use for its computer capabilities whenever I have Wi-Fi. And then here's another earpiece that I can plug into non-iPhone creations. It only actually has one earpiece left. I should go ahead and buy a new pair, but sometimes I can hold out a little too long on these things. And finally, the essential for all of us booktubers, whether in print or in another format, I have my book that I'm currently reading. Well, it goes this way. It's Hidden Figures. I'm pleased to inform you that it is not as dry and mathematical as I feared. It actually is predominantly a social history, and I'm about halfway through. I'm really loving it. So that's it for your little look into my commuter bag. I hope that it was fun in a Snoopy sort of way for you. And I'll be back later with a more blatantly bookish video. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.